No, it's big white shit, big looking down. Fuck all eyes, fuck all eyes. Okay. Rule number one, if you fuck with a op, then you better off doing than fucking with me. Rule number two, if you think that you smarter than game, we gon' leave a dumbass in the street. Rule number three, if you know that it's hot in the streets, no better than sitting in V. Cause if you on the ball and I'm needing a dub, then your family burying you in the Jeep. Then come to the row, spawning and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dough, we never gon' fuck for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. Then come to the row, spawning and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dough, we never gon' fuck for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. We spinning our ops, hit it. That Carter he flex, ready. Pop with the cup with the knocks, end it. That little thug at the drop, send it. Put it, we send him to God. I do not depend on niggas when it comes to the homies. I stay walking down with a rod. I stay with a tail like that S on my chest. I'm a grind for a check, but that shit right on God. And I'm leaving that shit up to bro. If you go to the pigs, then I think we'll be told. And I'm praying that bro never fold. If he act like a rat, then we sending him home. And I stay with this chop like a vet. Get wet broad day, but it's itching your chest. And this big white see with the best. If you drop my water, we gon' need you a vest. If you drop my water, my niggas gon' dump. If you drop my water, my niggas gon' stump. We gon' chop over rat, leave his head like a stump. I'm addicted to green and we stuck to my thumb. I'm addicted to blick and we getting them going. And I'm putting the words in my song. Fuck it, the ops won't see if they gone. Give them a strap, see it broke for a phone. Rule number one, if you fuck it up, then you better off doing than fucking with me. Rule number two, if you think that you smarter than game, we gon' leave a dumbass in the street. Rule number three, if you know that it's hot in the streets, no better than sitting in V. Cause if you on the ball and I'm needing a W and family burying you in the G. Then come to the road, we spotting and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dog, we never gon' fall for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. Then come to the road, we spotting and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dog, we never gon' fall for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. Then come to the road, we spotting and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dog, we never gon' fall for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. Then come to the road, we spotting and dropping your bro. His brains gon' be hitting the floor. All eyes on that dog, we never gon' fall for a hoe. Big white stick to the cold. Yeah. Niggas already know who the fuck it is, nigga. It's Big Ghost, the big blickin' baby. Stop playing with me, nigga. Big YC, Big Ghost. Fuck you talk about. Okay, gang.
Howdy. That did not work. Gangsters. It's popping. How we living on this fine day. Yeah, hit one of these. Hit one of these. Hit one of these. One of those. I think that's good. Let's see how this looks. I feel like this is solid. Let's vibe with that. Poppin' gang. So, I was just here. I just spent the last 20 minutes penciling this, which was interesting. I was kind of just going on this first page, just doing whatever, letting the flow take me. And after I did like the initial like lines of blue, red, and purple, I was like, yeah, I don't know what else to do, but I know that this page is missing something. And so I was like, it needs a background. So I just penciled a background. So I actually like how this is. I'm gonna leave this how it is right now for now. I'll probably mess with this. Actually, I drew this little box here. I'm just like fill this in. There we go. Some of it was still kind of empty and that was annoying me. So that's gonna stay like that. But I wanted to talk real quick about showing up for just a small amount of time to make progress towards your goals. So I'm gonna read you my newsletter I dropped today. It's a shorter one, which is good. But I dropped it and it's called Lower the Fucking Bar. And it's titled Lower the Fucking Bar because basically, you know what? Let's just get into the letter. I talked about it in the letter. So, Lower the Fucking Bar. Jaden's Curiosity Chronicles, number 69. December 14th, 2024. The Unmatched Opposition. Imagine you're an elite MMA fighter. Top of your game. Been training super hard for 12 years. Absolute killer. What if I told you that you had to hop in the ring with a complete noob, never even thrown a punch? You wouldn't want to. Why? It's boring. What's the fun or challenge in fighting a complete novice? It's non-existent. And so what if instead you were the noob? Right? Let's think about that. How would you feel about fighting the person whose life has been training for the past 12 years? You'd be fucking terrified, right? It's too anxiety inducing. No one wants to, no one wants to be 2 weeks into like training, let's say, into fighting. And then they're like, yo, all right, you got to fight this guy who's been training for a decade. And it's like a serious fight where it's like no holding back. It's like, what? Like, that's fucked. Nah, bro, I'm cool off that. I wouldn't be jacking that. Just saying. So if our task is either too boring or too unchallenging, right? Or too hard and extremely challenging, right? Either one, boring and unchallenging or too hard and extremely challenging, we'll never be able to tap into the flow state. Kind of just have like a little picture here. I'll just put the picture up. It'll always be too hard, which causes anxiety, or too easy, which leads to a lack of effort. If we want to tap into the flow state, our challenge and skill levels must be equal, or one only slightly exceeds the other. That's why it's my belief that chasing a flow state is an extremely worthy goal as creators, entrepreneurs, polymaths, as multi-creatives, multi-passionate people, as digital renaissance creators. If you're constantly hunting for the flow state, you're not only constantly raising your skills, you're constantly raising your challenges. Chasing the flow state not only brings fulfillment to the current day, but gives us a long-term path of self-actualization due to this constant, striving for new challenges and new skill endeavors. If you're struggling with getting into deep flow states, I get it. I could barely work for 20 to 30 minutes a year ago. When I started trying to get productive for YouTube, business, my other interests, today is December 14th, 2024. On December 12th, 2023, I did a 3-week daily upload stint from December 12th to January 2nd or 3rd. And that was my first ever 3-week stint of actually being productive every single day. Like legitimately, ever. I'd never been that productive. And even still, it was very hard for me to show up and work for more than an hour a time, during that, a year ago. And now I get in the 4-hour, 6-hour flow state sessions when I'm editing, when I'm writing. Now I can, work for 12, 14-hour days, 8, 10-hour days. I can clock these hours now. But I mean, it's just because I've leveled up that skill. But you have to think about where that skill is at in terms of all your multiple interests, right? So as polymaths, we have multiple interests, right? And although we have this baseline productivity level, we can put our ass in a chair and we can work for a certain amount of time. It's can you actually do that for a set skill? Can you actually do that for recording? Can you actually do that for writing? Can you do that for drawing, illustrating, painting? Can you do that for, I don't fucking know, something else? Studying, something, you know what I mean? And so it's although the skill of productivity, the skill of being able to break through the wall, refocus and keep staying on the task at hand and pushing through, that's a skill in itself. But there's also the skill of applying that skill to the specific task based on your skill level in that specific task. There we go. So that was kind of a lot to think about, but I just wanted to give that little tangent piece because I didn't talk about that in the letter, but I thought that was decent context for what I'm about to tell you. Over the past year, as I've shifted my mindset, improved my mental health, and increased my productivity stamina, I've found repeatedly that there's one thing that stops me from tapping into flow states while engaging in my most prominent flow tasks, which are writing, speaking, listening, walking, and painting, or drawing in general. Drawing/illustrating in general. And the one thing is that my challenge was simply too fucking high. That's it. So if you want to start getting into more flow states starting today, here's what you need to do. Drop your ego. So yesterday, I was coping so hard about writing Jaden's Curiosity Chronicles, my issue for yesterday. It's funny. I actually, I had like a typo in here, and I put writing with like like this, and so I just kept it in. And I said writing, huh? Gonna leave that in. LMAO. That was funny. Okay, right. And so I wasn't coping in terms of writing. I wasn't coping because I don't enjoy writing or because I didn't have ideas. Right? I just put up some pictures here. I have tons of ideas. I'll just show you guys on here too. But here's some like albums I have in my photos. So I have tons of ideas in there. This is just a screenshot of my most recent tweets. This is my pocket journals, which are all full of ideas, and then I have like unlimited ideas. You know what I mean? So I always have ideas. By the way, guys, if you want to tap into my newsletter, I drop daily newsletters, daily insights with action steps. Some of them are short, some of them are long, but that's in the second link in the description if you want to get my daily emails. If you guys like exclusive content, if you like written content, that's where you want to go. You can also join our free group chat and connect with me and other like-minded creators there. So that's in the second link description, my Substack, all of that's there. Come check us out. So I wasn't struggling because I didn't have ideas or because, I wasn't messing with writing. Like, I love writing, right? I was struggling because the challenge was too hard in the moment. And so what was the challenge that I was presenting to myself? Writing a super long and super actionable newsletter every day. Granted, I definitely want all my letters to be actionable. I want all my letters, all my videos to be actionable. I want the things that I, help people with. I want my insights. I want my content to be actionable. Absolutely. But writing super long letters, right, that might take me 30 to 60 plus minutes to write won't be the wave all the time. Like, I'm just not fucking with it. Just keep it a buck, right? Sometimes I just want to show up for 10, 20 minutes, write a quick letter, call it. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually awesome. I have to be realistic about my current stamina in terms of productivity overall. But, like I was mentioned earlier, specifically in terms of my productivity being a writer, I've only been writing for consistently since June. So what's that? About 5 months, 6 months? Yeah, late June. So about 5 going on 6 months. And I've only been like writing like definitely every single day for like the past 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I've had stints where I've written every day for a week or 2 weeks. I've had points where I did that. I've written consistently, like every week, whether that's journaling or actually writing for like my newsletter or writing on Twitter. I've done that consistently every week for the past 6 months, but I've only like really had like a consistent I write every day for the past 2 weeks. And so like my skill as a writer, it isn't as developed. Let's say my skill as a YouTuber. I've produced 70 newsletters. This is number 69, right? So let's just say I've produced 70 because there's been other things that I've written that I haven't published, blah, 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 whatever. Let's just say if we're going to put all of the writing I have out on the internet, I've put out like 100 to 200 pieces of writing, including my tweets. So long and short form pieces of content in terms of writing. 200, let's say. I don't think that I could compare my skills when it comes to 200 pieces of writing versus 600 plus videos, which is what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? I felt like, oh, if I'm showing up and making these super long form videos, I should also be able to like write these super long form letters, right? And it's like, I can definitely, but that's not the wave all the time because that's not my current skill level. At the same time, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like who wants to read a 15-minute newsletter all the time? Probably not everyone. You know what I mean? And so I actually like having some where they're 10-minute reads or like fucking 11, 12-minute reads. I've had like an 18-minute read newsletter before. I think it's crazy. Yeah. But sometimes they just have like 5-minute reads, 3-minute reads, even 1-minute reads. Like this newsletter here was, I think, a 3-minute read. And I dropped one yesterday that was like super funny. That was a 1-minute read. It'd be like that. So being realistic about your skills, your productivity overall, but also your productivity in relativity to your actual skill that you're trying to execute on in the moment. There you go. So for writing, I have to be specific about my skill level as a writer. With, let's say, with creating art, I have to be realistic about my skill level as an illustrator. You know what I mean? So like showing up and trying to draw or paint for 2 hours every day, that would be like way too fucking challenging. But being like, yo, Jay, let's just like, 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? Like, that was my mentality going into doing this today. And I think I spent about 30 minutes doing this. Like, that was awesome. And now I feel great. And it's like, yeah, I got this. And I have no clue what it is, but it's cool. And I love it. And so I checked off my art box for today. You know what I mean? I'll actually read you guys my super short letter from yesterday as well, just because that's also relevant to this point. So I'm only now blasting volume on a consistent basis to see real improvements. Like I said, I'm only now consistently writing every day. And I am seeing real improvements. I know that my personality and my tone comes through way more in my writing now compared to June or July, which is something I've really been trying to cultivate now. And it's awesome because I see that I've made so much progress in that as I've been like getting these reps in. Like I was reflecting on it yesterday and I was like, wow, my personality, my tone comes through so apparently in my writing, and I don't even have to really think about it now. It just comes through. And that's awesome. That feels amazing. But that's only because I have 70 plus, like I have 60 plus reps writing newsletters. You know what I mean? But I'm dropping. So I had a challenge that was too hard. Super long and super actionable letters. That was my challenge. And so I'm just going to drop my pride and make the bar short letters, short and actionable, right? Short and actionable. There we go. So the bar is short and actionable. Granted, if we go above the bar and we make them long, awesome. If we make them medium, awesome. But that's not the point. The point really is that they're actionable. And so it's like, hey, if I give you a quick mindset and it only takes a minute to deliver, and then I also give you an actionable step that you can implement, awesome. Like, that's great. But if I also, one day I go on a deep dive, I give you like 2 stories and I give you like a couple insights that go with those stories, like that could be awesome as well. And you also get those action steps. And so it's like, let's just switch it up. Let's flow with it. Let's not be limited. Let's not stay restricted. And so let's lower the bar so we can have that opportunity. So that's what I did, right? And so will some of the letters be longer? Definitely, for sure, right? Will all of them be? Absolutely not. And am I sad about it? Fuck no, I'm lit as fuck, baby. Because now I have that creativity, that flow back, and now I feel unrestricted. I feel unlimited. With this approach, writing and showing up every day for myself and my goals, but also for you guys and to deliver you guys value, it still feels extremely doable and it feels amazing. Ah, how I love purposeful productivity. So here's the action step prompt. Number 1, drop your ego. Well. 2, reflect on a task or action that you want to do or is aligned with your goals, but you haven't been doing because the challenge you previously set has been too high. 3, drop your ego again. 4, create a new challenge that you know you can complete. 5, no pride, get the work done. 6, be hype as fuck for making progress. You know what I mean? So that was the action step prompt. So I'll give you like a quick example. Let's say for me, yesterday, when I was getting, actually not yesterday. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I was bullshitting. I'm not going to lie. But 2 days ago, when I did go back to the gym for the first time in like a week and a half or 2 weeks, I was coping super, super hard. So I was at Panera Bread and I just finished my food and I knew that I wanted to go lift. And I was coping mad hard and I didn't want to go, but I was just like, all right, fuck it. My bar at the time was like, all right, we got to go and we got to hit like 2 exercises and we got to like train hard as fuck. We got to go crazy. We got to really push ourselves, like boom, 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 right? And that in my head just seemed too difficult. Just seemed too hard. And so I was like, all right, how about I just lower the bar? And I'm like, how about I just go to the gym and I just have fun and I lift, I just do a couple sets where I'm just lifting like a 15-pound dumbbell. That's it. I just want to get moving. I just want to actually go into the gym and lift the weight. That's it. I just want to lift the weight. because that is progress compared to the last 2 weeks where I haven't been lifting the fucking weight. You know what I mean? And so that was my mentality. Instead of having, okay, I gotta do 2 exercises where I'm training super hard, I'm blasting that shit, and I'm going hard as fuck, and I'm like painful after. Nope, that was the bar. Nope, that was too painful. That was too hard. Let's just lower it. Let's just go, do a couple sets, have fun with it, make them super light. Just want to show up. We're gonna have the headphones in. I'm gonna be listening to my Hamza video. It's gonna be lit. And that bar was so much lower. It felt so much easier. It felt so much more aligned. And I took action. I did the workout. And so like lower the bar. Actually, I'm gonna go into my other newsletter. This was the one from 2 days ago. No, this was the one from yesterday. So the one I just read you is today's newsletter. And I'm gonna read you this quick one that was from yesterday that I titled "I Don't Feel Like It, LOL." So that's Jaden's Curiosity Chronicles number 68. My eyes want to be closed right now. So I was writing this letter at 8 p.m. I genuinely don't want to be typing these words, not gonna lie. Eyes feeling heavy, brain feeling slow, insert body part here, feeling tired, and yet I'm still putting these characters in this letter. Yo, guys, you gotta join my newsletter. The images I'll be putting in here be mad funny. I'm still in here tired as fuck, showing up. Why? Because it's a requirement. It's that simple. Jaden's Curiosity Chronicles, Road to Renaissance, requirements. Improving my storytelling skills through daily letters and daily videos is the highest leverage task and my most important input. If I'm not showing up for this, even for just 15 minutes, I genuinely feel like I lost the day. So instead of doing nothing, just show up and do the bare minimum. 15 minutes a day is better than 0 minutes a day. So here's your action step prompt. Show up for 5 to 15 minutes on a task that's aligned with your goals or fulfillment. So, right, I gave you that last one. So you figured out what that goal is. You figured out, right, what your task is. Just do it for 5 to 15 minutes, right? You're going to cope, right? Here's the second action. Push through the cope and get the work done even though you don't want to. And then 3, you get to feel amazing after. Like I did as I was typing those letters, as I was typing those words, as I do right now, as I know I'm about to hit end on this video. I'm going to edit today's episode of Road to Renaissance, and then I'm going to be Gucci. Like, show up. Guys, just show up. Just do the bare minimum. The bare minimum is better than nothing. And the thing is, eventually, after you do the bare minimum for long enough, the bare minimum is going to get too easy. It's going to get too easy. When I was just starting my daily uploads, May 15th, back in the end of May and early June, I was just doing 15. I was showing up for 15, 30 minutes a day, recording my YouTube videos. That was it. Recording and editing. I don't think I was working on like actual YouTube content and stuff for longer than like an hour a day. Like legit. And most of those days, it was 30 to like 40 minutes. And if it was because I was just making other videos and I just felt like making them. That's how it be. We're creators. We love to create. We want to express. That's awesome. That's why we have so many interests and we want to do so many things, because so much just comes out of us. I get it. I'm right there. I'm right there with you, gang. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to pick this camera up for some reason. I feel like we don't give ourselves the opportunity to actually make progress and like get small wins because we're too like worried about what other people are thinking, or our egos, our pride just gets in the way. And it's like, bro, do you wanna hate that you're not making progress, or do you want to make progress and love that you're making progress? Like, I don't know. It like when I ask you that question, it kind of seems silly, right? It's like, do you want to not like your life and not make progress, or do you want to like your life and make progress? I don't know. That seems like pretty black and white if you fucking ask me. But so how can you do that for yourself? Figure out your goals, figure out your tasks, your actions, your skills that you want to cultivate. Figure out how you can show up for them for just 15 minutes a day, guys. Like, that's it. That's it. I showed up for my art for 15 minutes because that's a skill that I want to cultivate in myself. Because the thing is, it's like, you could keep coping. You could not start, but you'd still be exactly where you are. And if exactly where you are isn't where you want to be, why would you want to stay there? I don't know. It don't make no sense to me. So, go get the work done. All right? Go get the work done. My name is Jaden. I'm here building a community of creators, of polymath, of multi-creators, multi-passionate people who are into multiple interests. Honestly, there's too many things I could try to list here, but I'll just try to list them. Art, business, fitness, spirituality, mysticism, science, being social. Actually, I guess it wasn't that many things, but it was a few things. And there's so many other things in those things, right? So if any of that resonates with you, if you're a multi-creative, if you're someone who is into multiple interests, if you want to be more productive, if you want to improve your mental health so you can actually pursue your passions and make progress in your interests more consistently, that's what I'm here to help you do. That's what this channel is here to help you do. So if that interests you, I'd appreciate if you drop a sub, follow along for the journey, keep tapping in. And if you found this video valuable and you'd like more content like this, if you like written content like this, come type in the newsletter. The second link description, that's Substack, all right? Do it today. Be better for it tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay loving. Catch you on the next video. Thumbs out. Gang, alright. I was supposed to put this in the video, but I forgot. Quick update. So, I thought that I was going to, like, for Road to Renaissance, I thought what I was going to do was, brain work. Fuck. Get ahead. Yeah. So, what I thought I would do was, like, so today, for instance, so I recently posted a part 1 and a part 2 of, like, Road to Renaissance, like, vlog 4, and I thought that would be, like, so, like, day 4 was December 12th, and so I posted a part 1 and a part 2 for December 12th, but that made it weird in terms of, man, it's so hard to explain. Fuck it, I'll just explain it real quick. So, man, alright, fuck it, you know what, there's a story to this, you know what? I'll just tell it real quick. Fuck it. So I was watching an interview that Casey Neistat did, and he was talking about how when he was doing the daily vlog, where is my, oh, there it is, okay, when he was doing the daily vlog, basically, it got to a point where he was kind of like living in a haze almost, because like the days were so blended together because of the fact that he was constantly like living a day, like recording that day, and then like editing that day the next day, you know what I mean? And so it was like super weird, and it kind of was just like a fucking mesh of time. And that, when I heard that, it kind of called me back to my 1 week of doing 365. And I was like, yo, that's exactly how it felt when I was doing 365. It's like I was, so like 365, right? The vlog was themed around a book where I would like draw or create something in the book every day. And so like the day I started, I had the idea, was June 6th. So basically I recorded and I got all the footage on June 6th. And then I'd edited the video on like the 6th / the 7th, and then or maybe even / the 8th, and then the video would be up by the 8th, you know what I mean? So basically, there would be the day that I recorded and actually drew the art, and then there would be the next day, which is the edit day, and then the day after that, the video would be live. But it was so crazy because I was living the day where I was like recording, like let's say one day I drew this wall adapter, right? This wall adapter was the subject. And so wall adapter day 1 is the day I draw it and record it. Wall adapter day 2 is the day I edit it. Wall adapter day 3 is the day it's like up on YouTube. And the thing is, it's so weird because one, I felt like I was living wall adapter for 2 days, and then it was still in my mind for the third day because it was that day's video. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like those 3 days were kind of just a mesh, and then imagine that, but 7 days. And so it was like this like 8 day period where it was just like really like what the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? Not even an 8 day period, more like a 10, 12, 11 day period. And it was just so fucking insane, dude. So when it comes to getting ahead for Road to Renaissance, like getting ahead for Road to Renaissance, instead of it being, yo, I'm making and editing tomorrow's video today, I just want to basically have the footage that I want to, like, I want to have some foot. Basically, I kind of just want to either have the footage that I'm going to use, like, ready, or I record, like, a talking head segment in the morning, and then I just get the video out in the morning. Like, that's what I want to do basically. I want to have the video out every morning, and that's kind of like my checkbox for the morning, Road to Renaissance. And then throughout the day, I'll get Curiosities Chronicles out. Like, Curiosity Chronicles honestly might get out, like, first thing in the morning. Maybe I'll get that out before Road to Renaissance. Maybe I'll get it out after. I'm not tripping about that. But I really like getting Road to Renaissance out, like, super early. Because, one, it allows me to, if I want, record a talking segment in the morning, which is great. And then I can actually just use the rest of the day to vlog, which is awesome. And by use the rest of the day to vlog, I mean actually live my life, and if there's a time I want to vlog, I do that. Which is cool. So, yeah. It doesn't feel overwhelming like 365 did, because 365, I was trying to document my whole day, and Road to Renaissance doesn't have the same approach. Road to Renaissance is a bit more focused. It's trying to, like, capture, like, a snapshot, like a 1 to like 3 hour segment of my day, if that. So that's like the idea behind Road to Renaissance, while sharing, you know, a lesson or perspective and insight, stories, whatever. So that's where we're at with Road to Renaissance. Just wanted to share that update with you guys, so you know what to stay in store for. Yeah. So, yep, cool. Yeah, I'm out. Actually, hold up.